Dumbass. Forgot to put your screws back in, jackass. Jeez Louise. I tell you what. I'd forget my pecker if it wasn't attached. Getting ahead of myself. Putting the cart ahead of the horse. I'm just doing a little basic cleanup, rebuild if you would. Not much to these hollies. But this son of a gun was just dripping fuel like it was nobody's business. And we can't have that. Now maybe I'll be able to idle it down, which would be good. We'll see what happens. Can't be riding dirty. Can't be riding dirty. Let me get you guys on the screen here. Whew. Holy macaroni. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm slightly inebriated. I'm gonna need y'all to pay close attention to what the hell I'm doing. There I am. Now I should be able to look up and see what you guys is talking about, huh? See what you guys is talking about. The only gasket I didn't have was this one, but it looks to be in pretty good shape. If I start talking in cursive, please assist. I bit the heck out of that thing. That was a good carburetor screwdriver back in the day. Let's see. Yeah. Something that'll fit in there. That's definitely not gonna fit in there. Hey, what up? Yeah, let's what up, square body? You know, shit talking ass. Antiques, yes sir. We are just cleaning up this old holly that's on this 59. What's up, Chris? How you doing, man? How the heck are you guys doing? Cheers, by the way. It's a faux barrel. Faux barrel. Jinkies. I was saying, if I start talking in cursive, you guys feel free to fill in the blanks. It's been one of them days. Another one. Been another one of them days. I'll tell you what, man. Sometimes I feel like I don't get paid nearly enough to deal with the freaking bullshit that I deal with. I've got an older gentleman at the shop that, you know, is a level 3 technician, same as I, and he spent 3 hours today trying to put a starter bolt in. And after I was done doing all the shit that I was doing, I went over there because he was packing his toolbox up. He was pissed. Fuck this shit, I'll do it tomorrow. You know, the whole routine. So I grabbed what I needed because I done hundreds of those starters. Grabbed what I needed because I knew exactly what bolt he was fighting with. Walked over there. Slid underneath the truck. It's like, alright, there you go, old timer. I got the bolt in there for you. Because the Volvo diesel engine has 3 starter bolts, and one of them is, so it's like a triangle, right? One of them is up at the top corner, and it's a pain, right? But if you use the right crap, you got the right tools, you can put it in there, no problem. And I've done figured it out, what exactly I need. So I grabbed what I needed, went underneath the truck, started the nut for him. It's like, there you go, bud, done. Oh, you got it on there? 3 hours. This guy had been fighting that nut, trying to put that nut on, cussing, throwing shit, flipping his wig. And I understand why he was frustrated, because, listen, look, I'm going to vent for a minute, you guys, bear with me. So, we've got 6 trucks that need to have the clutches, the solenoids, the actuators, 6 trucks that need clutch jobs. And those trucks generally fall on me to do, because I have the skill set to do said trucks, right? And I can generally knock them out in a day, maybe a day and a half, depending on the tractor. So I pulled a truck in that he diagnosed in needing a clutch, and I take the dog box out, I take the interior stuff out, and I get to the top of the transmission. I look down through the tunnel, and I see Nextran written on top of transmission. I'm like, why the fuck is that written on the top of a transmission? So I go back and I look at history of the work order. 5 months ago, this same truck was at the dealer for the exact same issue that it's having, and they replaced everything. They put a new MTM, they put a new clutch, new actuator, new solenoid, everything. Everything that I was getting ready to replace, they did already 5 months ago. Less than 50,000 miles. And I call him over to the toolbox, and I say, dude, did you not look at the history? Huh? What are you talking about? Did you not look at the history and see that all of this was already done? No, I didn't look. I'm not that smart. I don't know. Like, this truck has been down for 30 days waiting for me to get to it. 30 days this truck has been down. That's $1,500 a day that truck makes the company. You can do the math. Dude, I was livid. Livid. The truck has been down for 30 days. It could have went to the dealer for rework and been fixed and back on the road. And we could have been moving right along with other trucks. And that pissed him off, because I called him out on it. And I bitched at him. You know, what the fuck are you thinking? Why are you not checking this? Well, I don't know what to do. Dude, you've been in this business, in this company, longer than I have. You should be teaching me what I need to do. What in the fuck? Whatever. Anyway, so I had the coolant drained, the truck jacked up, the bumper ends off, the side skirts off, the dog box out, bunch of trim panels to get the dog box out. I'm 2 hours deep into disassembling this thing when I noticed that the dealer's already been there doing work. And it pissed me off, because it's 2 hours to disassemble what I'd already disassembled. And then there's 2 hours to put it back. So it's 4 hours of wasted time. That's half of another transmission job that I could have already started and been done. You know, it just, man, it pissed me off. So I guess it pissed him off and upset him that I called him out on it, you know, me being 10 years younger than him. And it just, so it fucked his day up. And he struggled for 3 hours to put a freaking nut on a stud to put a starter in. So when I went under that truck and put that nut on there in like 3 seconds, you know, it took me longer to walk over there than it did for me to put the nut on there. I think that pissed him off as well. Yeah, but he didn't even check the history. Didn't even check the history. And that's the first thing you do. Because everything we work on is 2022 or newer. So 90% of the shit we work on is still under warranty. Because most of it doesn't have 500,000 miles on it. You know, they're 200, 250, 300. And it pissed me off so much. Because I had just wasted all of that time. And that truck had been sitting for 30 days. If he had only done his due diligence and checked it, would have had no problems. That truck would have been at the dealer and would have been fixed by now and back on the road. Man, it pissed me off. What up, badass? How you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing over there, huh? As my brother Good Time would say, what's kicking, chicken? I'm just cleaning up this Holly, venting a little bit, slightly inebriated. I am on number 2 of a 50-50 Jack and Coke. So this carburetor may or may not go on upside down. We will see. JG! What is up, man? What is up? Programming a gauge cluster. Damn Dakota Digital. You know that freaking 67 Firebird, the same sucker that bought this, that 67 Firebird, I ohmed out his fuel level sender when I had that tank out. And Dakota Digital does not offer the same ohm reading to set the fuel gauge up. So no matter where I set it, it's going to be wrong, which irritates the crap out of me. Damn JG's in the house. Man, I tell you what, you might as well be Brad damn Pitt showing up on my live stream. If y'all don't follow JG, which I know 90% of you do, y'all need to go check that mother freaker out. JG has got it going on. He's a smart fella too. You might learn something, which is dangerous for most of us. Especially me. I might act like I know something. Oh, man, you guys are chatting it up. I ain't even looking up. Y'all chatting it up. Mediocre. Man, you full of shite. You're full of shite. What you got on my 40, homie? I know this thing's supposed to go on here somewhere. Some which way. I think I got it upside down. Backwards. I got it backwards. Let me flip that around. Yep. Anyway, like I said, I'm 250/50s in. 250/50s in on Jack and Coke. And I probably shouldn't be fucking with this. But I'm fucking with it. I know a lot of people don't like all the cussing and such, but it's who I am. Don't try to change me. Shoot. Mediocre. Man. You don't even know what the hell mediocre is. Mediocre. You crazy. I need this one. This is the one that I need. Need that one. And I need this one. Mediocre. JG, you's a smart mo freaker, man. I tell you what. I done learn more watching your channel than I have learned physically doing this stuff. Especially with the spray gun stuff. Shoot, son. Damn it, why am I putting everything on upside down? I don't even understand right now. I learned a lot, honestly. Especially with the spray gun stuff. When I get back after this Mustang and paint this piece of crap, we're gonna be right. Honestly, I tell everybody, if you guys ain't watching JG, you ain't watching nothing. That's how it is. Especially with that dash. See that thing's gonna turn out nice. I have a 4 p.m. live. What? Four lives that go on at one time. Yeah, I think we all need to get coordinated here and see who's doing what at what time. I like to go live on Thursdays, but my content's inconsistent because usually I don't have anything to do. Sometimes I try to keep up appearances and just, come on and talk some shit. But generally I don't have a whole lot going on during the week. Weekends is my time to shine. But I like going live on Thursdays. I'm missing a gasket? What you talking about? Anyway, so JG, have you seen this 59 Galaxy that I'm screwing with? 352, 3 on a tree. This thing is in dire need of your services. Unfortunately, the customer is selling this thing. It's going back to Meckham to Houston. Meckham is towing this thing to Houston to resell it. One gasket on this side? Nuh-uh. I put 2. Yeah. There's one at the metering. Yeah, there's one in there. And there's one here at the bowl. I got it. Drag Boss Garage? No, I have not. I'm sorry, you couldn't see me pointing to that. So yeah, there's one at the metering and one at the bowl. But yeah, I can see them. We're golden. We're golden. What did I do with that wrench? Oh, there it is. I tell you what. It's been one of them days, you guys. It has been one of those days. So I just, essentially, I just took this apart, cleaned it up, popped some air through it, just to clean the ports out. There was a little bit of varnish in there. Not too bad, honestly. It was pretty clean. I was surprised at how clean it was. Definitely not what I was expecting. I was expecting to see it just full of trash. I found that the front needle for the float had a chunk of gasket in it. So I got that out of there and just popped some brake clean through it and a little bit of air. cleaned it up real nice and pretty like. And I'm just putting it back together. I got to just gonna have to reset the floats and such. I eyeballed them. They're pretty close, but we'll do it right. We'll do it right once I get it on there and get some fuel in there. I honestly think I ran it out of fuel when the last time I fired it up, so I might have to go get some fuel for it. Alright, that should be the ticket for that. Nothing extravagant. Oh, you rewound it. 43 people watching. Hey, cheers, everybody. Cheers, everybody. So, that used to say Jack and Coke, right? So we do 50-50. That's usually it's only one. And I'm on number 2. It's kind of when I do my best thinking too. I come up with some creative crap. So that's done. That's all back together now. I need to clean this up. So this heat riser, I don't know if you guys were watching when I pulled all this apart, but this heat riser evidently has a pinhole in it. So all of these were full of antifreeze where the heater hose comes through. So it comes through and goes out. So there's a pinhole in here, and this was actually filled. All 3 of these actually were filled with antifreeze. So I just got to clean this up, knock all this crap off of here, and we'll put that back on. I bought the gaskets, the correct gaskets for it. I was just going to throw some old 4-barrel gaskets on it. And O'Reilly's had the correct gaskets. So I got those. Still iced in. Damn, that sucks. What up, Slow White? How you doing, man? Everybody, Slow White is the guy that owns the twin turbo LS swapped Fox body that rolls over here when we need to do stuff. It's a badass car, and we did get after it. I know a lot of you guys were asking, especially Infamous Nova. He was asking us to get after it, and we went to a Cars and Coffee Sunday. I think it was Sunday, and we screwed around a little bit on the street. So he gave me the hit, and I got after it. And there's no replacement for displacement. He got after it. I went, and he come in, and he just sucked the paint off the side of my car. And then he got on the brakes pretty hard. No substitute for horsepower. One of these days, this old slow son of a gun right here will make enough power to compete with some of you's Biggs boys. We'll get after it sooner or later, but I'm gonna be about 20 G's deep in that Gen 1 to get that thing to make good wheel horsepower. Right now we ain't working on that. Right now we working on debt. So that's cleaned up. That's done. I popped some air through everything. Put a couple new gaskets on. No big deal. Nothing worth writing home about. So now I just need to clean this riser up, and we'll put that back on. And then we'll put the valve. I think I'll probably just go ahead and put the valve covers on. There's really no point in them being off anymore. So we'll do the riser, Put the carburetor back on it. Let me get you guys up in the air a little bit. There you go. We'll put the riser back on and get all that situated. And then I'll make sense of that that vacuum advanced tubing there. I'll get that all bent back into place and make it a little nicer, because they had it bent down the side of the carburetor, and then the rubber hose that you really can't see was like looped back around. So I'll fix that up. Yeah. His car makes quite a bit more power than mine. I didn't expect to be out ahead of him by any means, but it was fun just to screw around. It is getting a little chilly out here. It is about 58 degrees. Burr. So we're going to do these valve cover gaskets and get that back together. We'll put the carburetor back on it, put the distributor cap on, get the plug wire situated, and we might light this thing up and see what happens. I wanted all that silicone to set up overnight before I put fluids in it. I think I'll probably fire it before I put water in it. I'm kind of curious, honestly, because if you guys remember that driver's side, hang on, I'm pointing at the wrong thing. The driver's side was packed full of sludge, and I got that all cleaned up, and the rocker shaft, we got that all cleaned up, soaked it, air gunned it, blew it out, and hopefully it'll start oiling on those 3 cylinders now. I see JG is live. JG's live. Man, don't go live when I'm live. Everybody's going the wrong way. Let's see what old JG is doing. Oh my goodness. BMW with a N63 Recall Motor Twin Turbo V8 full rebuild. Jeez Louise. You know, I remember I used to be a European blah 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 blah. I used to be a European car mechanic, and what was it, like 05, 08? They started selling their cars, and you got a lifetime powertrain warranty because they knew they built a grenade engine and transmission. So they gave you a lifetime powertrain as long as you had them service your car. I remember that very well, very well. And those cars were grenades. See what old JG's doing. Oh, man. Tell you what. I'm going to put JG on for a second. Bear with me. Bear with me. Do. Whoa. Where you going? Space? Freaking TV's cold. Look at it. It popped up too. All I had to do was put JG in there and it would be like, bong. Let's see what old JG's doing. He's a smart cat. A wicked smart cat. Yeah, I would appreciate it if everybody would like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Just go watch some content. Hang out. Usually I'm a little more together, honestly. A little more with it. However, a little rocky day. Man, I'm doing well. I'm doing well now. I feel freaking peachy. How you doing? 1996 Ford Mustang. Oh, SN. You should change your screen name to SN95BA. Do you know who Ben? No, I do not know who that is. I don't know who that is. Scoot! What's cracking? What's crack-a-lacking, dude? Oh. I'm a little slow sometimes, you guys. A little slow. I'm not going to lie to you. Anyway, let's get these freaking valve covers on here. So I went and got the rubber ones because they had cork on here. And they made a hot friggin' mess of this. They siliconed the cork gasket in here. And I'm gonna need to clean this up. But look at this valve cover. This is one that was packed full of sludge. Absolutely packed full of sludge. Look at JG. He's got it going on right now. I love JG's channel. It's great. He's a hell of a car builder, I tell you that. Hell of a car builder. He's what a lot of us wish we had the knowledge to do. Or we have the knowledge to do and just simply don't do it. You know. I miss doing big builds. Honestly, I miss doing it. It's like my car. I would love to have another one to where I can just disassemble it 100% and start from ground one. Racer engine builder in Vegas. Okay. I tell you what, man, you need to watch in California is John Hickman. John Hickman, if you look at my people that I'm subscribed to, John Hickman is in California, and he does a lot of amazing stuff as well. What the heck you talking about, skinny jeans? Soft shell, sofa shell. She said sofa shell, and I'm like, what? How's the weather? Dude, it is freezing right now. It's almost 50. And we're supposed to see some Gulf of America snow flurries this weekend. Autocorrect, gotcha. If I'm sure a lot of you guys know skinny jeans. WTF Mike calls her ginger snaps. That is my wife, my old lady, my pain in the ass. That be her. My sidekick. Anyway, I need to clean some of this crap out of this valve cover because it has still got a lot of cork and silicone in it. I think I might just end up wire wheeling this thing because it is bad. Ugh. Look at all this build up in here. Well, black silicone nonetheless. Pretty gnarly. 26. You talking about it's cold. Dude, I tell you what, man, my blood has thinned out so much from being here. You know, with the 100-degree days, 110-degree days, a high humidity. Now, when it, like I said it earlier, when it gets under 70, I want a hoodie. I want long pants on. You know, it's great in the sun. If you're in the sun, you're fine. But I work in a basically a steel building, just like what I am working in right now, and it's like a refrigerator when it's cold. Man, you was all about that bi-rotary stuff. No regular crank, huh? It was what was it? It was 38 degrees this morning when I left to go to work. That's cold, son. That's cold around here. Tell you what. $33. Oh, 33 when the old lady left. $75 in the wintertime. Yeah, freeze. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We have we have one of those torpedo heaters, right? Our boss was nice enough to go out and buy us a torpedo heater. And it's unfortunately it's one of the smaller torpedo heaters that you couldn't even boil water with. And I pray for the sun to come out every morning when I get when I get to work, because the sun beating down on that metal roof, and I'll turn the ceiling fans on and pull the heat out of the ceiling and push it through the shop, and it warms the shop up 70 degrees, and it's nice. You can take your jackets off, you take your hoodie off, and be comfortable. Pansy ass. I tell you what, Mike, bring your old ass down here to Florida. Bring your old ass down here. Hang out for 5 years. After year 2, my blood had thinned out pretty good, and I was cold. Not too cold. Not cold enough to need a jacket yet, but year 2, wintertime hit different. When and further north, when it's 58, 60 degrees, you'd be in shorts and a t-shirt. You're comfortable. It was perfect. But after you get used to 100 degrees, 3-4 months out of the year, you get used to that shit. Them 50-degree days hit different. But you come on down here, bud. Come on down here, Mike. Become a snowbird. You'll understand. -7. Why do you even live there? Jeez Louise. Why do you even live there? Jesus Christ. 7 friggin' degrees. -7 degrees. Oh, my goodness. I got you guys looking on the wrong end here. If I flip you around, I won't see your comments, but I'm just sitting. I grabbed myself a stool because my knees were getting a little achy. I'm just scraping this valve cover right now. You're not missing anything. Scraping all the silicone out of here. God knows, if I put this back together and it leaks to drop anything from anywhere, it's going to be my fault. So I can say, hey, bud, I did this and this. Everything else is on you. Really need to just wire wheel them. Let me see. Yeah, what up, Kane? How you doing, man? Coolest freaking Ford guy I know. Incognito, man, long time no see, man. How you doing? doing? I'm behind this. I'm behind the camera scraping a valve cover right now. You ain't missing shit. Yeah, I don't. I got a couple Harbor Freight things, but you won't see me use them very much. You know, those are those tools that you buy in a jam. You know, if shit's going wrong, you need them. You gotta have them. It's like I got a tap set for MPT. Big shit. You know, three quarter, 15/16 big shit that I absolutely had to have, and I refuse to buy anything from a Snap-on man anymore. Just too freaking expensive. And he's upset about it too. And I just tell him, you know, man, why am I going to buy 6 wrenches from you at $300 when I can go get a gear wrench set, you know, 11 wrenches for a quarter of that price? Why am I going to spend that money just because it says Snap-on? I'm sorry. Snap-on done made their money for me. I probably, in my career, have spent well over $100,000 on Snap-on stuff. Well over. You know, Jesus, my toolbox at work was almost 30 grand by itself. So, you know, don't come to me whining because I ain't buying anything from you. You guys done raped me to the point where I'm wore out. Somebody bend me over now, they would like, oh yeah, this thing's burnt out. We ain't interested in this thing. The Bel Air? No, it is not. It is a 59 Galaxy. 59 Galaxy with a 352 and 3 on the tree. I need my money for the Ford. You damn Skippy. Shoot. If I could have every dollar that I've ever spent on Snap-on and strip clubs, I'd be rich. I wouldn't need to work anymore. Shit. I'd be debt free. Yeah, it looks good, but it is trash. Absolute trash. Incognito. It is absolute trash. It's rusted out. Floors are gone. Motor has got more oil leaks than you can shake a stick at. It's not good. Not good at all. And this guy got bamboozled with Meckham with this car. Where's Tulu at? Tulu usually doesn't come in my chat, in my live streams. He'll pop in every now and again, but he's got to be really freaking bored to pop into my live stream. He's a cool cat. Ford people, you know. Mike, you still in the chat, Mike? Yeah, Mike's a cool guy. Mike's a cool guy. Hey, every Friday night he goes live. Every Friday night he goes live with Ali and some riffraff rumbles in. I look forward to it, honestly. I like jumping in on there. I like jumping in on Mike's live streams. Oh, you're still here? Hey, Mike, what does what does what does fingernail polish and women's underwear have in common? Miss Cat. Miss Cat? Who's Miss Cat? Did I miss somebody? Enamel. It's probably single stage. No Fords, only GM. Kathy, you lost your damn mind. No. No. It only takes a little bit of alcohol to get them both off. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, I'm behind the scenes. I'm just cleaning the black silicone out of this. Kathy rides a stagecoach. What's up, Richard Cranium? How you doing? You get them snowmobiles going, brother? You guys, EOT racing team is a good friend of mine. We grew up together. You guys want to check him out? He's got a lot of stuff. Acetone. Ah, Chevy's in the house. What up, Chevy? It was just on old Chevy's live stream. He had all hanging out, talking about speakers and such. Chevy's got a big following. Picked up a sponsor too. Lucky son of a gun. I know all you guys are dying to see me scrape this valve cover, but you be alright. You ain't missing much. That's good enough. That is good enough for government work. Clean this one up too. I got another one to do. Yeah. Oh, you subbed it? Oh, sweet. Oh, yeah. My boy, Corn. Yep. We grew up together, basically. I think really started hanging out maybe late middle school, somewhere in there. We used to work together at the local oil change places, and used to all talk shit to each other a long time ago. Who the fuck is Borlock? What you guys talking about? Oh. Dang it. Later, dude. Used to ride to work together? Still all kinds of stupid shit. Knee pads and a smile. Oh, thanks, Chevy. Thanks for subbing to my man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. He does all kinds of shit over there on his channel. I think he and his wife hold the record for fastest Ford Escorts, I believe. I think. Uh-oh. You guys know what that is. That ain't Jesus. That ain't Jesus ringing that doorbell. It's Hefe. Hefe ringing that doorbell. The Ford hookers are fun. Dinner time. Yeah. Yep. That's alright. We can wait just a couple minutes. I'll be right back though. I gotta go pee. I'll be right back. The bad thing about alcohol is you only rent it. You know, you only rent it. Just like in prison. Just like in prison, bud. You ever been to jail? You know about that sitting down to pee thing. That and how to make some mean ramen noodles. This black silicone is just everywhere. Anyway, this was a valve cover that was coated in sludge. It looks pretty good now. We still got a little residual on the sides, but I took, the wife helped me out a bunch. So we took and got some Purple Power Clean and actually filled this up, and I put the rocker lever in here and let it soak. And all of that sludge just turned into tar. But whomever did the valve cover gaskets, I don't know, 30 years ago, used black silicone, and they skimmed the valve cover and they skimmed the other side and put it all back together. It's really just made a mess of things. Really made a mess of things. Looks like JG's building something. Like JG's building something over there. Got it on the cutting something out. Whenever you guys go on JG's channel, you need to say, "What you got on my 40, homie?" I'd like to say it's an inside joke, but you know, I ain't that fucking cool. It just so happens my name is Craig. Craig, what you got on my 40, homie? Later, Chevy. Thanks for hanging out, man. We ain't got much going on right now. I may have to finish this thing up tomorrow. I was kind of hoping to get more of it done, but you know, Jack Daniels, lack of motivation, silicone. It all takes time. It all takes time. What's it say? Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, Mike. Mike, if you you ever watch your dog lick his nuts and go, man, I wish I could do that. He probably let you, but he might bite you. I see why. I see why they use the silicone, because these valve covers are wonky with all the ridges and stuff in them. What fuel pump do I run? I run two 545 Walboros in tank. I have a hob switch, and I didn't get around to putting it in before dyno day. And when they dynoed it, he said, yeah, you don't need that hob switch. Because it needs all of that fuel. So I run 1050 IDXs in my car. So I was like, all right, cool. So I've got a brand new hob switch and all the wiring and the relay and everything just sitting there, you know, another $200 just sitting on the shelf that I didn't use. We put a hob switch on the wife's car, which still surprises me that she gets such bad fuel mileage. But like I said the other day, we're gonna bring that thing in and do a little change into it. Dude, I told him the other day, never ever buy anything else from Meckham. Mike, don't you own a Ford? With methanol? Okay. Yeah, I've run E85, but they told me I didn't need the hob switch. I thought about putting it on because I do a lot of cruising with the car. But it'd be my luck that the damn thing would fail. I mean, how bad is your luck when both of your fuel pumps go out at the same time? You know, how bad is your luck when both fuel pumps go out at the same time? All right. I think that's good enough. I think that's good enough. I don't see any more chunks. We'll be all right. Maybe a little bit right there. Yeah, we'll be good. an hour away. I tell you what, man, you can't pass a corner here where I live without going past the E85 station, which is great. The racetracks sell E85. It's not always the best E85, so we test it. Sometimes it's 80, sometimes it's 85, sometimes it's 70. But if we're just cruising to a car meet or something, don't plan on doing any racing, 70's fine for cruising. But if we're going to be getting after it that night, I want to go to Gates. Gates is a good fuel station for E85, and we have a Sunoco that sells E85R, which always tests over 85%, which is great. So, and they're 15 minutes away with traffic. So we went E85 because it's everywhere here. I mean, it's everywhere. You can't get away from it, which is great because back home, you had to drive a good hot minute. Was it deep in Chester at a East Coast was the only place that sold E85 back when I lived in Virginia, and you had to drive a hot minute to get there. More fuel pump, yeah, you need more fuel pump for sure. The car is also, I also have a tune for 93. The car makes 655, made 655 to the wheel on 93 with 10 psi. So with the E85, I could turn it up to 12, but it already makes over 700 on 10 pounds. So if I get into a situation where I need to turn the car up, or I can hook up a scramble to the boost controller that I have and hit it for 12 pounds. If I wanted to, I could definitely do that. But I mean, the car's plenty fast on just 10 pounds on E85. I don't need it to be much faster than what it is. And it is a Gen 1 Coyote, so it'll live a happy life on 10 pounds in E85. I think I've turned it up once to 12 pounds and went out, and it's definitely different. You wouldn't think that 2 psi would make such a difference, but it does. It does. I run onboard air. I don't have CO2. I run onboard air. Slow White, he runs CO2 in his car. But I just didn't want to have to deal with the hassle of having the CO2 filled and running out while I'm out fucking around. So I prefer onboard air. Right now I'm going to smoke my car. So I think my main line has got a hole in it because my compressor is turning on way too frequently now. So I may do that Sunday maybe. I might smoke it Sunday and see where my leak is. No such thing as a happy Coyote motor. You get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here, Mike. And your fucking Mopars. You don't know. Train horn, compressor, and a tank. Hey, man, you know what? You got a train horn and a compressor. Save that CO2 for when you really need it. And just plumb me a line right to the hat. Plumb me a line right to the hat and the regulator, man. And just set that sumbitch where you need to be. But my car is weird because it's got so much back pressure that with a 10-pound spring in the gate, my car will only make 2 pounds of boost even with a 10-pound spring in it. So I had to use that onboard air to get it to make boost, so that my boost controller at 2 pounds, it activates it, and then it'll apply the air pressure that I need. So I have a 10-pound spring and 18 pounds of air on top of that spring just to make 10 pounds of boost. Yep, Mac valves. Yep, exactly. It's got 2 Mac valves in it. 2 Mac valves. It's got boost pressure sensors and such. I think that's pretty good. I'll blow this thing out. It's got a little. Yeah, it's good. All right. I have a cutout. I have a 3-inch cutout on my car. So my car, the downpipe is 4 inches. So it goes 4 inches downpipe, and then it wraps in front of the engine, and then goes through the K member and under the firewall. So where it comes under the firewall, it ducks down to 3-inch, and right there is my cutout. And then it goes out of the cutout into an X pipe, which is more of a Y pipe now, and then it runs out the back. But yeah, I've got a cutout. It's like we did with Slow White's car. His car has got 2 cutouts underneath of it. What's up, local? How you doing, man? How you doing, local? Local reviewer. The back pressure is because of the headers and the up pipes. The up pipes are 2.5 inch, and the headers are 1 7/8. I need to go to a 2-inch primary tube and 3-inch up pipes is what I need to do. And my valve springs need to be upgraded. I need to get the pack 321 valve springs for my car, because what I'm doing is it's making so much back pressure that it's holding the valve open. Oh, so you hear my name on live streams? Shoo, son. I don't know which live streams you watching, but you go back to those things. You tell them I said thank you. You know, I'm just a little YouTuber. I'm not big time. I'm not a big time YouTuber, but we have a lot of fun on my chats and such. You know, I like to think we have fun. I think everybody has fun. See old Metal Art Customs over there hanging out with JG. Son of a gun. I'm choking her down. Yeah. I need to do 4-inch. Honestly, I need to. So where my downpipe comes off the back of the turbo and starts to loop back around, I wanted to do a 4-inch cutout right there where it comes down. I wanted to do a 4-inch and dump it right at the front tire. And the price of a 4-inch cutout it's just not affordable right now. So I wanted to do a boost actuated cutout, so I wouldn't have to fool with it. So, but right where it comes 4 to 3, there's my cutout. You like the color? Yeah, this is a customer car. This is a 59 Galaxy. It was purchased from Mecca Auction here in Kissimmee. And it is a hot mess. And I'm just patching up an oil leak so the customer feels a little happier about selling the car to someone else. What up, Lone Star? How you doing, man? How you doing? Still a little wobbly on my legs. I ain't got my sea legs yet. Jeez Louise. So I went with rubber versus the cork for this thing. Yeah. But it had more than one name though. It was like the Dark Horse, something, something, something. It wasn't just a Dark Horse. It was a Dark Horse GT 500, Mach 1. It was some stupid crap. It was more than one name though. They called it something else. It was a hodgepodge of every single Mustang that they've manufactured, year to date. And they were probably like, and it's got the Fox body gauge option. Yeah. Stupid. Some dumbass bought that. Yeah, I don't know why anybody would spend $1 million on a freaking Mustang. Very first Dark Horse. Eh, eh. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love a Mustang, right? But when you start offering things like the Mach 1, right? Let's go back to, what was it, 2023, 2024, when they reintroduced the Mach 1. What are you giving me? You're giving me a GT with some stickers, right? It's a GT with some stickers. There's nothing special about it. Same with a Dark Horse. It's a GT with what? Different taillights? Different headlights? What's so damn different about it other than the name? Make them different like they used to be, Now you spend all that fucking money on something, and for what? It's a GT. It's a GT. Save your money, get a GT, put a Whipple on it, and be happy. I don't know. I gapped the crap out of one of those Dark Horses when I was data logging my car. I was data logging my car a year and a half ago. Data logging that. And there was a guy with a brand new Dark Horse. And he kept running up on me. And I've got a laptop and I'm doing my thing. And I'm about 2 bus lengths behind this guy. And he's just cruising along. And I start my data log and I roll in the boost. And at the time I go into 4th gear, I'm right beside this guy. And he's in it. He is in that car. Just, rah! And I just blow the freaking doors off of that thing. Horsepower fan, exactly. Oh man, the split bumper. Oh my god, split bumper Camaro is probably one of the favorites. The wife is going to inherit a 68 Camaro. Is going to inherit a 68 Camaro that's hugger orange. It's going to need some work motor-wise, but other than that, it's a very cool car. I like a 67 Camaro, that 67 Firebird that the guy that bought this car owns. I'd give up a testicle for that. I'd give up both of them for a 67 Firebird or a 67 Camaro. Like here you go. Here they are. Useless little guys they are. Here you go. I would take it. Take it. Done. You know, the 69 is just so freaking played out. I mean, it's a cool car, but what's the difference, really? What's the difference? You don't get the hideaway headlights like you do in a 68. You don't get the hideaway headlights. You don't get the vacuum operated hideaways. So, you know, I don't know. Mike, you got a 67 Camaro? No, you don't. Come on. Or your favorite's a 67. Like a 70. 70 is better than 69. Yeah. Yes and no. I mean, yes and no. I could go with a 70. Absolutely. Bright yellow, really? Mike, you got something cool? No fucking way. No way. No way you've got something that cool. Maybe you're thinking of a tractor. Maybe you got a tractor that you put a Camaro front bumper on. Tired of it. Exactly. It's played out. It's kind of like AC/DC Hell's Bells. It's just played out. You're sick of hearing it. You know? You're just sick of it. It's been shoved in your face since you were a kid. Oh, 69, 69, blah. A Lamborghini. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. You probably needed a spell checker to spell Lamborghini. Oh, Jesus. Stop playing with them Hot Wheels, yeah. It's an orchard tractor. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it looks like JG's making a Halloween mask or something. I don't know what the hell he's making. Let me zoom in on it. I don't know what the hell he's making. I tell you what, that is one smart cookie, boy. JG's a smart cookie. I think honestly, just learning what I've learned from him about spray guns and laying down sealer and primer and this and that. Honestly, I think when I repaint my car this year, it's probably going to turn out a whole lot nicer than what it would if I didn't have that knowledge. He's making a gauge cluster. Okay. Sweet. Hell yeah. You guys, I'm going to jump off and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to eat me some food. And then tomorrow we'll come back to this lovely turd and wrap it up and we'll fire our ass up. We're going to change the oil in it. We'll put some coolant in it. And we'll fire this thing up and give it back to the customer Saturday or Sunday. And I may come up with something and let him store it here for, a fee. We'll see what happens. But thanks everybody for coming in. I appreciate you. Y'all take it easy. Have a good night.